Many thanks for being there. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has revealed that the military is holding discussions with the federal government regarding the engagement of military retirees. According to him, military retirees have acquired significant capabilities that should not be allowed to go to waste. He emphasized that retirees should be considered for board appointments, expressing confidence that they could have a greater impact outside active service. The defense chief spoke during a 2024 send-off cocktail party organized to honor 18 retired and retiring generals. Musa urged the retired and retiring generals to remain prepared to serve the nation when called upon, noting that discussions about their engagement are still ongoing. To discuss this, we're joined by the National Secretary, retired members of Nigeria Armed Forces, Roy Okhidievbie. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Roy, on the news. Can you please unmute your device? We can't hear you.
My device is unmuted.
Okay, yes, so we can hear you now. So how do you feel about the possibility of having military retirees being considered for appointments by government and, of course, maybe other security-related engagements?
Well, this is coming as a surprise because the veteran community, we are all shocked to see this broadcast because currently in the past 6 to 7 years, there has still been an active re-engagement of military veterans into areas that there is paucity of professionalism and expertise. So we are shocked that it's been announced and it's giving us some feelers that we are not comfortable with. One of such feelers is that he's talking at the passing out of military generals and re-engaging military generals into the military does not really give you the thinker that you need, because every general needs to command a troop. And if it is talking about ideas into the terrorism escapade that we are in Nigeria, ideas have not been the reasons that we have not left terrorism in Nigeria. And if you are talking about military veterans, just recently, military veterans went on a protest and they sealed up the Ministry of Finance because of unpaid statutory allocations. So if you are coming to bring in some people from the military veteran community, then you are trying to tamper justice with a rigmarole.
If you say that the reasons why terrorism have not ended in the country has nothing to do with expertise, so what are the reasons why Nigeria has not toppled insurgents within its space?
Well, we all know that definitely so many senior citizens in Nigeria and high-ranking government officials have come out one way or the other to say that they are aware that there is no political will. We are also aware that there are many terrorists and bandits that have been arrested, that have also submitted themselves under the pressure of the sacrifices of Nigerian troops. And these guys are being romanced in the guise of de-radicalization process, and they are enjoying their coolers in certain camps prepared for them. So there is always no proper penalty, no sharp consequences to the crime of terrorism and banditry in Nigeria. And you know also that there is this political connotation, religious connotation, and ethnic connotation using as a guise to create favoritism for criminal elements that go into terrorism in Nigeria.
So does this mean that this call to service from the government and the top echelons in the Nigerian military, it's not something that retired military personnel do not trust, and you probably might not be willing to engage?
There was a time some few years back when we did protest and we sealed up the Ministry of Defense. After the minimum wage was paid, The president then was a military veteran, Buhari. The Minister of Defense was a military veteran. I think there are three senior military veterans in key positions, and they all got alerts from that protest, which I slept outside the gate of the Ministry of Defense for 2 days. Now, every military personnel that is a veteran right now, amongst those that prepared themselves for retirement by being opportune to tamper with government resources, those are the ones not crying. The people that are sincere, patriotic, and faithful to the calling of a soldier and left the military today, they are outside beggarly. So who are you coming to call? The people you have called already are for political reasons and to grease their elbows. But if you want to get results with bandits, there are soldiers even serving right now that can rout them out within a week in Nigeria.
So basically, we're talking about, quality governance, improving that, and of course, having a better society. What do you think will be the right thing to do, based on what you've said, as regards how the Nigerian government has treated or related with retirees, and what the retirees can do to also help facilitate a better society?
That's a wonderful question. Currently now, I'm in Texas, engaging in some security parameters. Now, everybody is anxious, and if you want to leave the service, because you don't even know where you are going to outside the service in Nigeria, you are not sure if your statutory emolument will be paid. You are not sure if you will get continuous healthcare, housing, and recognition. So you are not sure if you have any kind of security at all, because anywhere you go with your kids, the bandits, the criminal elements, they are pointing fingers that that's a retired military personnel. And they kidnap our guys every day. Among people they kidnap most, you ask, they will tell you who are the military veterans here. Once you come out, they kill you. Even vehicles are stopped on the road, they ask questions. So the government should look at a robust exit plan for military veterans. We have asked for the Veteran Federation of Nigeria because the current Nigerian Legion have been decapacitated. So Veteran Federation of Nigeria, the bill is with the National Assembly, the president is aware, everybody is aware, because we have gone through all channels to bring it out. It's not been done. Then even the palliative, that you heard about the palliative, that they said the minister was corrupt and all of that, has not been paid. So many things need to be done to make the exit plan of a military personnel envious. You know, you should go to the airport, you should see a logo there saying, thank you for your service. You know, you should go and buy a land or pay for your children's school, and they say, are you a military veteran? You say, yes, sir. You say, you have 20% discount. You say, oh, thank you very much. You know, you should go and do anything you want to do as a military veteran, and you see discounts left, right, and center. You know, we don't have all of that. And the government itself has not placed military veterans advantage positions to run their own affairs. In the Military Pension Board, in the Directorate of Veterans Affairs under the Ministry of Defense, there are no veterans there in key positions. And these are the things that are making it look like it is just slavery in service and slavery out of service.
All right, big issues were actually raised, Mr. Roy Okhidievbie, looking at this. But finally, before I let you go, does this mean that if there are no assurances from government in terms of welfareism, protection, and every other thing you've mentioned, this particular sort of relationship that the government is hoping to have might not materialize?
I'm telling you from the point of view of the coalition of concerned military veterans. All military veterans body have come together. Even Nigerian Legion, state chairman and all that, they are inside the coalition of concerned military veterans. We even have a 5-man committee right now interfacing with the federal government, you know. And I tell you as the director of media that nothing tangible will come out from any relationship that is outside the architecture of the Veterans Federation of Nigeria. We used 3 days retreat to form those documents. We used another 3 days retreat in Abuja to harmonize the document. When this new minister came, he created a 5-man committee, and we used this 5-man committee interfacing with the gamut of veteran bodies to interface with that document and review it with just some little cracks here and there. We need to present it. We need to have an interface portal, not individual discussions with one retired general or one retired this or that. No, you need a portal that could harmonize all the intelligence, the expertise of the military veterans. If you see in our time, as a special forces soldier, paratrooper, or like a crocodile amphibious personnel that I was, and a bomb disposal expert trained in Makurdi, these are things that we can get into any terrorist zone and pull them out if there is the will.
Well, basically, it seems as though there's a need for a lot of pipeline works if we're hoping to tap into your wealth of expertise as veterans in the country. We hope that that will be done soon. Thank you so much, Mr. Roy Okhidievbie, the National Secretary, retired members of Nigerian Armed Forces, for your time on the news.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure.